It's Thursday the 21st of May 2020. We're continuing to ask the question this week, how does your garden grow? Not just your physical garden, but your inner garden, your heart, your inner life. How is it doing? How is it growing? So far we've learned that we have to tend our inner garden, our heart. We have to make a plan and take the initiative if we want our garden, our inner garden, to be flourishing and not to be wild and chaotic. Yesterday we were looking at how we need the right kind of soil in our heart for anything good to grow. And today we're thinking about how we need to do the hard landscaping first. Hard landscaping is a type of landscaping which permanently uses hard materials like wood and stone to create garden structures and features like walls, paths, fences, pergolas, patios, decking, ponds, even fountains. I think the only fountain we might have in our garden is if I put the garden fork through a water main, but nevertheless. I want you to know, by the way, that I am now a joint partner in the G&R Landscaping Garden and Design Company of 2 Springfield Grove. It's very prestigious. I used to be a junior partner, but through some very good initiative recently, I've been promoted to co-partner. So I'm very grateful to my other partner for that promotion. I have primary responsibility for the hard landscaping. That is constructing wooden planters, adding battens to fences, laying the edging pieces for the lawn, and of course all the maintenance that goes along with these hard landscaping features, often using Cuprinol, which is now 3 times the price on eBay if you want to get Harvest Brown. So hard landscaping, it is providing framework and structure for your garden, and that's what you have to do first. Before you can do any planting, then you have to prepare, dig out the bed, you have to put the edging down, etc, etc. So how does this lesson apply to our inner garden, to our hearts? Well, in just the same way, our hearts, our inner life, first of all, needs boundaries. There are thoughts that we should not cross into in our inner gardens, in our hearts, in our thought life. There are fantasies we should not indulge with. We have to have boundaries to what we think and feel within us. Psalm 119 verse 10 to 16 outlines David's structure which he put into his heart, and he says, I seek you, God, with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands. God's commands gave him structure to his thinking. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Praise be to you, O Lord. Teach me your decrees. With my lips I recount all the laws that come from your mouth. I rejoice in following your statutes as one rejoices in great riches. I meditate on your precepts and consider your ways. For David, the boundaries of his heart, of his thinking, of what he would feel, of the values which he had within him, of the motives which he had, of the decisions which he made, he had boundaries to all of that, and the boundaries came from God's word. And so if you will hide God's word in your heart, if you will learn God's word and put it into your heart, it will give you those boundaries and keep you right. Secondly, our hearts need structure. Daniel 6 verse 10 says that 3 times a day he got down on his knees and prayed, as was his custom. It was the structure to his day. It was his custom. Wonder what you do day by day. What are your customs? What is the structure to your day? Perhaps your structure has changed because of the lockdown. For most people it has. What new structures are you putting in place? What new customs are you developing that will be good for your heart, that will be good for your soul, that will be good for your mind and for your thinking? Somebody was telling me recently that they just go out every single day up into the Glenifer Braes and they walk and they look at the beautiful scenery, and whether it's raining or whether it's sunny, they get out and they have a clear head and they think good thoughts and they think about God and they speak to God as they walk and talk, and that is their structure, that is their custom, and it is a good custom for their heart, and it would be a good custom for all of our hearts. and our mental health and keep us in the right mind. So our hearts need boundaries, our hearts need structure, and our hearts finally need a framework, a good framework. In Matthew 19, Jesus speaks to a young man, and he says there's only one who is good. If you want to enter life, obey the commands. Which ones? The man asked. Jesus replied, do not murder, do not commit adultery, do not steal, do not give false testimony, honour your father and mother, and love your neighbour as yourself. All these have I kept, the young man said. That was the framework to his life, God's commandments. And we could do no worse than taking the 10 commandments which God has given us, which still apply to life today, and using those as the framework for our hearts, for our values, for our motives, for our decisions and choices in life. Do you want a thriving inner garden? I'm sure you do. Do you want your heart to be good? Then do the hard landscaping first. God bless you. Speak to you again tomorrow.